And I believe that's all the time we have for today's session. Thank you for coming in again, Gerald. Same time next week? Oh, yes, Miss Hatt. That will do just fine. Thank you. You know, these sessions really do help me quite a bit. I am feeling much better. Well, I'm happy to hear that I'm doing my job correctly, and I must agree, Gator, you've come a long way from where we began. Oh, hello, Gator. How are you doing? Oh, hello, Percy. I can honestly say I'm doing very well. Can I help you? Actually, Gator, I'm here for Miss Hatt, or rather my passenger is. Emily, there you are. Why, Charles, I wasn't expecting to see you today. Yes, well, I would have called, but I did want to check up on you in person. Really check up on you. How are you doing? Well, I'm holding up. At least as well as any of us could hope to be holding up. And you? Likewise. I'm sorry to say the same can't be said for Richard, though. I saw him when I stopped by Skarloey today. Oh, you did? How is he? I haven't seen him since, well, the hospital. Richard's not well. He's taken this hit pretty hard, as you can imagine. I mean, he always did look up to Father, even more than you and I ever did. I remember that even from before you were born. To you and I, Father was always, well, our father. But to Richard, he was something more. More like a hero. Practically idolized him, Richard did. And now his idol is going to be in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. You think this whole ordeal has been hard on us two? Well, you should see poor Richard. Then again, maybe you shouldn't. Oh dear, poor Richard. Well, at the very least, I certainly hope he doesn't blame the Earl for all of this. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. The Earl has invited all three of us Hatt children over to his estate for dinner tonight at 6:30. Has he now? Did you tell Richard? Yes. He practically went berserk when I told him, but eventually he agreed to go, so long as you and I do. Do you believe the Earl's intentions are good? I'm a realtor, sis. Psychology is your department. You tell me. Should we go? Yes, I believe we should go. If I know the Earl, and I do, then I know his intentions are good. If nothing else, it may be an opportunity for us to, well, get rid of some of the bad blood between Richard and the Earl. Yes, well, let's just hope that none of that bad blood gets spilled in the process. Hello down there. Dr. Hatt, I don't mean to interrupt, but could I have a word with you? Of course, Henry, but you know I don't like to be called doctor when I'm not at work. This does concern your work, though. I've noticed that James has been acting rather strangely since the incident. It seems to me he has an anger management problem. I was wondering if perhaps you might want to look into that. You know, funny enough, I've noticed that in James too. Something seems wrong. Really? Well, I suppose I could try, but I should warn you, James doesn't strike me as the type of engine who would take kindly to being asked to see me in that context. Why don't I talk to James first? I've been through your sessions, Miss Hatt. Perhaps if James can see the good it's done for me, he'll turn to help too? That's not a half-bad idea, Gator. Although Miss Hatt is right. If you're going to do this, you should be very careful about how you approach James. This is a sensitive subject for him. Right, of course. Miss Hatt, with your approval, of course. Well, I suppose it'd be all right, as long as you're careful. Just be ready for however James may react. Right. I'll go to see him straight away then. Thank you again, Miss Hatt. Goodbye. See you next week, Gator. Toby to Percy. Toby to Percy. Percy, do you read me? Loud and clear, Toby. What's up? There's something important I need to talk to you about, but not right now. Could you meet me tonight at, 7 o'clock, maybe, at Farmer McColl's farm? Yeah, I suppose I could. Alright, thanks, Percy. See you then. Toby out. Yeah, see you then. Wonder what Toby wants to talk about. Well then, I suppose I'll see you tonight at the Earl's, Emily. Alright then. Are you bringing Brooke along? No, I'm afraid she's out of town for a few days visiting her parents. Really? How did you get out of going, Charles? Well, duty calls, you know. Realty can be a battlefield. Work is work. and it just happens to sometimes work out conveniently. See you tonight. Goodbye, Charles. Away we go, Percy. Right away, sir. Goodbye, Miss Hatt. Hello, James. You remember me, right? Gerald? What do you want? Well, you see, some of your friends have been becoming concerned with you, James. You see, they say that you're not acting quite as you normally do. Did Henry tell you that? Well, I don't believe I'm at liberty to disclose that information, James. You know what? Give old Square Wheels a message for me. Tell him, back off. James, your friends and I, we speak out of concern. I came on behalf of Miss Hatt, Miss Emily Hatt. I thought that since she'd done so much for me, perhaps she could help you be more of your normal self. Do I look like I want to see a therapist? Who do they think I am? Another crazy war freak like you? James, you must understand. I mean no offense. Your friends and I, we're trying to help. Let me put this in plain terms. I don't need your help. Now get out of here before I see if your armor is waterproof. As you wish. There you are, James. I've tried to radio you 7 times. Why aren't you answering? I don't feel like it. What do you want? Your afternoon train is due to depart from Knapford in 15 minutes. Get someone else to do it. I'm not in the mood for pulling trains right now. Very well. Train's already late. Mustn't spend too much time searching for coaches. I'll just take whichever ones I couple onto first. Annie and Clarabelle? Oh well, I'm sure Thomas won't mind. Much. Sorry, I'm not James. But get in quickly, please. We mustn't waste time. Now is my chance to show the Earl that diesels are indeed the superior class of engines. Thank you very much for the ride, Percy. You've been most useful today. You're very welcome, sir. Now it's back to the old grind, I suppose. Station pilot isn't the most exciting job. Perhaps not, but it is an important one. Don't you forget that. Passenger trains can't run without coaches, and you know how those big old tender engines are about fetching their own. Well, I suppose that is why I was brought to the Northwestern Railway, to run the line when the tender engines wouldn't shunt. I'm sure you've heard the story. Ah, yes. It's been passed down through the generations in my family. It's already one of my daughter's favorites. But anyways, you and I had both better get back to work. If my timetables are correct, it would seem that both Bear and James have come and gone in the time that you've been with me. Right, I'll get back to it then. Goodbye, sir. My good engine, I must compliment you on the smoothness of your ride. I haven't enjoyed a train that much in some time. Why, thank you, sir. Diesels are known for being the best at what we do, you know. What is your name, engine? Diesel, sir. Diesel? Dear me, what an unfortunately uncreative name. Imagine a steam engine named Steam Engine. Have you ever thought about giving yourself a proper name? No, I suppose I haven't. Well, I'd certainly be happy to help with that if you'd like. Let's see, we could call you, Abraham? No, doesn't fit at all. Perhaps, Fergus? No, that's taken, I believe. Ludwig? No, I don't want to get in trouble for that one. How about Montague? Definitely not. Oh, alright. Let me see. What about Jasper? Jasper. Not bad. Really not bad. I do think I like it. Ah, excellent, excellent. You can begin calling yourself that now, I suppose. If anyone argues with you, just tell them to take it up with Member of Parliament Gillian Percival. Oh, thank you, Mr. Percival. You wouldn't happen to be related to... Yes, please don't remind me of my brother. But I must be off. Have a good day, Jasper, and thank you again for the smooth ride. Perhaps I'll put in a good word for you with the Fat Controller when I see him next. Thank you, and a good day to you, Mr. Percival. Jasper. Yes, I do believe I like it. Wait, is that Annie and Clarabelle? Diesel, stop! Those are my coaches! Oh, I do rather wish it was Thomas pulling us. Yes, I can almost hear his voice now. Botheration! I thought that was supposed to be James's train. Diesel pulling it, and with my coaches too? I've got to get to the bottom of this. Charlie, what is the meaning of 42. This? What? Oh, the meaning of this. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something else. But, sorry, what is this exactly? You're station pilot right now, correct? Yeah. Would you care to explain why Diesel is A, pulling James's train, and B, using my coaches to do it? I don't know. What time did James's train leave? It was supposed to leave at 1:15. Well, there you have it. I've only been here since 2. Percy was station pilot before me. Why don't you ask him what Diesel was doing with your coaches? Darn it, Percy. Just when I thought we might be getting close to being friends again, you turn around and stab me in the back like this. Excuse me, what's all the commotion over here? Diesel has made off with my coaches. My coaches! And it's all because of Thomas. Please. I'm sorry that Diesel took your coaches. I know how much Annie and Clarabelle mean to you. You can confront Diesel about that later, but right now I believe you have a train waiting for you at Blue Mountain Quarry. But sir... No buts. You have work to do, Thomas. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Hey, Mr. Hatt. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. What? Who's there? Dwayne. Dwayne who? Dwayne my boiler. I think I have some sludge in there. This is the engine that father named after me. At least Emily has looks.